It's a windy morning without any sunshine today. And you might wonder what I'm doing on this boat. Well, let's quickly go inside, take a breakfast, dive into the car, and let me talk to you in my car all about my visit to Manchester. I am just checking the travel time from Hull to Manchester, and it's about 2 hours and 10 minutes, so that's rather quickly actually. So I'm driving from the east coast of the United Kingdom to the west coast of the United Kingdom. So yes, Manchester is the location and Handsfree Group is the destination. Let's go. Leaving the boat, on the road to Manchester. How many times did I say Manchester? I'm not sure about that, but in fact you now understand where I'm going to. So I must say it's kind of interesting to take the boat to the UK from the Netherlands. I only have to drive 2 hours and then I have arrived at my destination. It's so convenient, well, only of course when you had a good night's sleep. So the only thing I need to do right now is show my passport, go through customs and visit the Handsfree Group today. But when I'm looking at the queue, it might take another half an hour. I don't know why it's taking such a long time to go through customs. But that's probably Brexit, right? As I said, I'm visiting the Handsfree Group, and you might have heard about the Handsfree Group before. Well, you might have seen something about the Handsfree Group before, because they recently showcased their solutions at Critical Communications World, and Matthew, he's the CEO, he is being seen everywhere around Europe and in the United States showcasing their latest product. Because if there is a new network being launched in a country, a new technology, there are a lot of companies who dive into that gap and develop great things. Now, this company, Handsfree Group, did that exactly. They developed the R5, and if you have looked at LinkedIn, if you're in LinkedIn, and you have seen all of the posts of Matthew Johnson, then you must admit that this guy is doing a great thing. The R5 is the latest development and it fits exactly in the emergency vehicles, let's say for the ESN network here. Now, yes, I hear you say the delayed ESN network. Doesn't matter, that gives the Handsfree Group all the time to showcase their solutions all around the world. So the plan is to go to Handsfree Group, have an interview with Matthew Johnson, some other technicians about the R5, about the development of the R5. That will change, and I will tell you, that will change the way officers interact with each other once they're driving a car. So this car will be fitted with an R5. So I'm driving to their installation center with this car. They will install the R5 and I will start communicate with the R5 on my way back home. First, let me make sure that I arrive safely in Manchester. Another, let's say, 150 kilometers to go. Where would we be without Starbucks? Coffee in the car, drive for the last 60 kilometers, miles, oh, it's miles here in the UK, and start your engines. Yeah, exactly. Handsfree Group. Touchdown. Alrighty. And in the meantime, a little bit of sun has come up, so timing couldn't be better actually. Alright. And there's Tony. Good morning, Tony. How are you doing, sir?
I'm good, thank you.
That's a coincidence. That's Tony Casson Fantastic.
Welcome to Handsfree.
Thank you so much. Well, you were expecting me, right?
I was expecting you.
Okay, good. I got my badge, as you can see over here. And so I'm ready to find out more about the R5. Now the good thing is today there are two people from Advantech, and Advantech is the supplier of the hardware actually for the R5. And for me as a non-techie guy, it's very simple. A piece of hardware is just a piece of metal, but there's much more to that. Because you need to make sure that the software works with the housing and that everything fits, of course, but also on temperatures, changes, and those kind of things. So I don't know anything about that. I don't know too much about that. I will get some more information when I speak to the development guys. Good. I got this little office over here so I can do a little bit of work and think about my plans to film what I want to film today. Good. Now the guys from Advantech are right now outside, so let me check and let me see how Matthew Johnson is showcasing the R5 to the Advantech people. So let me see how Matthew Johnson is showcasing the R5 to those two people from Advantech. Good. Let's go outside right now. Behind me, Matthew Johnson is explaining to people from Advantech how that solution works here in the UK vehicle. Handsfree is the partner in the hardware solution, and they made the hardware available for the R5. Software is being developed here, and I was not aware of the fact that there are so many different variables on developing hardware in combination with software that needs to be fitted into a police vehicle. But I will discuss that with the development department as well, because they have some insights on that as well. Before we do any interview, they asked me to go to the warehouse, and of course I go to the warehouse together with Paul Howard.
Hi.
That's just gentleman over here. Paul, what are we going to see in the warehouse?
So we'll go to the warehouse and we'll be able to see all the R5 equipment ready before fulfillment, ready to dispatch to user organisations up and down the country, so all the police and fire and ambulance services.
So you got some stuff over there, right?
Yeah, I got some stuff over there.
Well, let's
You're
see.
going to find it exciting.
Let's see how it works out.
Okay, fantastic.
Right. So that's how far is that away from this office?
So it's not far really. It's about 2 miles, a mile and a half maybe.
So that's very near. In the same complex here, right? In the same area.
It's all in Trafford Park, so it's all in the same vicinity. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that only the warehouse for the R5, or do you have other stuff as well? Because you do more, right?
Yeah.
As a company.
Yeah, we do lots of other stuff other than the R5. We have telematics solutions and communications and CCTV solutions for transport and logistics across the country. So that's what we call our core business. So it's not just the R5 that's stored in here.
Exactly.
And then when we get over there, we'll be able to show you all the types of different kit that we fit.
Super. There we are. Can we drive in? It's a drive-in.
Unfortunately not.
It's not a drive-in.
No, it's not a drive-in. Oh, you want to have a look at the stuff in the boxes?
Yep. The question is what's really in the box, right?
Okay, yeah, what's really in the box.
This is not going to be a real unboxing video, but it's just a sneak peek of what's in the box, what you can expect in the box.
Exciting thing when a user organisation gets the equipment, they get the control unit in the box. Oops, please. Hopefully they don't break it.
And it's rugged, right? It's rugged.
Yeah. So that's the cover, the IP cover there.
Yeah, it's
and this is the control unit.
That's the control unit.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. That's all, but that's enough.
That's enough. All your connectivity needs in one little box.
Paul dropped this one on the ground. Of course, it still works, but if I take a look, it's a hard plastic, but it's also soft. So that means it can move a little bit, and it can stand pressure. It's kind of interesting. And then you see here, this is probably, Paul, this is about to get this watertight, right? Or waterproof.
Yeah, it's not exactly watertight. It's not IP67, but this is to provide a bit of strain relief and a bit of protection for water ingress in case a user spills coffee on
just for the coffee, right? For people who spill coffee, police officers, don't worry about that. But this is rugged enough, yes. All right, well, we learn much more about the device later on, but this is kind of interesting to see how everything is stored, well organized, because you can have a warehouse and a warehouse. Well, this warehouse is pretty damn well organized, and I was not aware of that. There were so many people working here. Good. That's it?
Yeah.
That's it. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Let's go back to the office. More boxes.
More boxes. So these are for the whole solution to go in. So we've got the control unit, the user interface, the cables, all the accessories will fit in one of these boxes.
So the boxes are ready?
Yeah, the boxes are ready to go
filled
out.
Up, right? So, and that's what you're going to sell within the next month?
Yes, that's right. Matthew's really happy. Thanks a lot, Dave. Cheers.
No problem.
Thanks.
All right.
See you guys.
Okay, bye-bye. So that was a very short but very effective visit.
Do you enjoy that? Good.
Yes.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is, I didn't expect so many people in that office. I thought this is a warehouse. Maybe there's nobody.
Yes.
There's a whole team out there.
No, so I suppose it's more than a warehouse. It's what we call a fulfillment centre.
Yeah, exactly.
So we would get the goods inwards. We will process them in.
Yeah.
And then we'll do any fulfillment, any configuration in that particular area,
Super.
and then we'll send them back out.
Well organized. Yeah. All right, thank you. Yeah. All right, so.
You have all the questions in your head as to
No, I don't have any question in my head. I thought you wanted. No, this is Carl. By the way, this is Carl,
Hey.
and Carl is from the project development party, right?
That's correct.
Department. Now, Carl, to come to a project like this, there must be somewhere an idea, and it starts with an idea, right? And it starts with how do you develop that idea into something tangible?
Initially, you have the idea, but it's you have to go to the users to find out what they actually want first. So you start developing based on their requirements, and then you build it up in layers and layers. Our approach is to approach the users in a way where we build them up from the initial concept to the prototype, and they're involved in the overall process. At the end of the project, they know what they're going to be using.
So what is the most difficult part in this whole process?
It's embracing the users to make them understand that what we're doing is not contributing to the current setup. We're actually trying to change the overall setup and in making it easier for the end user, decluttering the dashboard so there's less distraction for the officer. We're trying to apply the technology in a way that is intuitive for the user, and it makes it simpler for the user so that the officer, when they're in front of a situation where they're going to go to a scene where it's quite brutal, they don't have to think about the technology. We're taking away all the distraction and the noise.
So these are officers that are used to use similar devices, right? They have control units in their car. Now, what about a new officer who just comes on the job for the first time in his life, a youngster, for example? How intuitive is that device for that group of people?
That group of people, the advice that we've been given with our research that we've done across the country is that make the solution simple, that a 4-year-old could use it.
So I'm going to use the device myself while traveling back to the Netherlands. Actually, I already said that earlier in the video. I'm really excited on how that device, how I can use that device to my best knowledge. So there's Google Maps in it. I can make the one-on-one calls. Of course, I cannot put the sirens and the lightning up because I don't have that, unfortunately.
You don't have the full integration.
I don't have the full integration, but it's going to be really exciting, and I will definitely keep you guys updated on the process and how it works and how it works for me. Actually.
Absolutely, and your feedback really will contribute to the overall development of the product.
how difficult is it to get everything in one device from a development point of view?
It's been a real challenge for us, but we've worked with a number of really good partners. So we've had a lot of support from our big partners, Advantech in Taiwan, and from other partners in terms on the network side here in the UK. And with that support has been critical to us to getting through these challenges of building the whole product together, getting all the technologies into one place and getting through it in the time scale that we planned on, basically. With all of the broadband suppliers moving towards mission critical 3GPP release 15, but we're release 12 at the moment. The plan is as we go forward, we'll be moving forward on to release 13, 14, 15 right now, devices on 12, and that covers everything we need at the moment from our broadband perspective. The vehicle environment is totally different. People think about handhelds, think about Android devices as a handheld device. That vehicle environment is very different from that. You've got a rugged environment, possibly all sorts of other environmental conditions. You need to have something that's versatile enough to install in a whole variety of vehicles. So it's not just a device, it's a system that covers the whole vehicle. And as we move forward away from just mission critical comms, that system can start to encompass all sorts of other aspects of the vehicle as well.
And that was James talking about product development and how important it is to be with partners that play a very important role in political communications. Now, only one thing left for me right now: to take my car, go home, test the R5, and see how this system really works. Because we have talked about it. We have seen the product from different angles. I've seen it installed in my car. They're still testing it at the moment, actually. And I'm really curious about how that system really works. Good, let's go pack my stuff and go back to the Netherlands. Having a short coffee break where I can make a short demonstration about the R5. Now, as you can see, there are a lot of buttons around the R5. Only the PTT is at this point in time activated. Of course, the loudness and the screen, but further it has a lock and has a call on and call off button. I have activated Google Maps for my destination. It's about 1 hour and 30 minutes to arrive in Hull at the seaport. I'm now going to demonstrate the push-to-talk call. So I can call through the hands-free remote speaker mic, but I also can set up a call through the screen over here. So in this case, let me see how to let me set up the call here. So PTT, guys, good afternoon. I'm just doing a test call right now through the PTT button on the R5. Hello.
Roger that, roger that. We've receiving you loud and clear. This is Dynamite, over.
There's one thing I forgot to mention. There is an important feature that we're using at this point in time. That's the LiFo app. In the device there is a 4G LiFo SIM card, and that SIM card, and I did a presentation earlier last month, that allows me to check which network is the most strongest network that I can use. And if the network is getting weak, it will change directly to the network that is best available. So another great feature is that I just can use the device calling home. So if I want to call my wife, the line is busy. It's always a fact that demonstrations don't go as planned. It doesn't matter that much right now. So one thing to do after this fantastic visit is to thank Matthew Johnson and his team for the hospitality. Actually, that was really overwhelming. So let me call Matthew through PTT and talk to him. Matthew Johnson, Gert-Jan Wolf for Matthew Johnson. Come in, Matthew Johnson.
Hey, this is Matthew Johnson, home third. How are you doing?
Matthew, I had a great tour. I had a great trip. I'm in Hull, safe and sound, and I actually want to thank you for your hospitality.
Well, thank you, Gert. It was absolutely brilliant having you in Manchester for the last couple of days. It was fantastic spending time with you, and thanks for coming to find out more about Handsfree Group and the R5 system.
Yes, it was a really nice experience, and I must admit that I've never came across a team that is so dedicated to make one thing an enormous success, at least for within a small company. And Handsfree is actually a small company, but doing great things. For me, it's time to find out exactly where in this harbour area I need to pick the boat, because it's really very quiet. I'm not sure if I'm at the right location. Take the ferry, sleep at the ferry, arrive home tomorrow morning. That's it. Over and out. Ja, hoi, je bent er toch?
Ja, ik neem de nummer op.
Wat zeg je?
Ik bel een 044 nummer.
Ja, inderdaad, ja. Hoi schat,
Hi.
ik bel vanuit de auto met dat nieuwe systeem.
Pardon?
Ik bel vanuit de auto met dat nieuwe systeem, de R5. Dus ik heb een nieuwe simkaart even erin.
Oké.
Alles goed?
Ja, alles is goed.
Oké, ik zie je morgen.
Ja, gelukkig wel.
Oké, schatje.
Oké.
Bye.
Doei, schatje.
Doei.